Sponsored by
RKDF University.
Despite repeated warnings and an ultimatum from the United States, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu asserted that he has set a date for the Israel Defense Forces to launch the invasion of the southern Gaza city of Rafah. However, the US yet again warned Israel on Tuesday against the Rafah invasion, saying that it would be a mistake, demanding a credible plan from Jerusalem to protect the civilians. PM Netanyahu vowed to eliminate the Hamas brigades residing all over Gaza, including the southern Gaza city of Rafah, mentioning that nothing will prevent the country. Benjamin Netanyahu asserted that no force in the world would be able to stop Israel from invading Rafah, since it aims to prevent their enemy, Hamas, from doing what they did on October 7 last year again.
קיבלתי היום דיווח מפורט על השיחות בקהיר. אנחנו פועלים כל הזמן להשגת מטרותינו, ובראשם שחרור כל חטופינו, והשגת ניצחון מוחלט על חמאס. הניצחון הזה מחייב כניסה לרפיח וחיסול גדודי הטרור שם. זה יקרה, יש תאריך.
Further and worst, since Israel began its counter-offensive against Hamas terrorists in Gaza, Palestinian civilians moved south towards Rafah, which is now home to around 1.4 million Palestinians. Most of them in Rafah are the ones who have been displaced from other parts of the Gaza Strip since the Israeli military launched an invasion of the region. Last week, US President Joe Biden, in one of his toughest stands since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war, effectively gave an ultimatum to Israel, asking for an immediate ceasefire and urging it to reach a hostage deal without any delays. Additionally, he warned Jerusalem to protect the Palestinian civilians and foreign aid workers in Gaza, or otherwise, Washington could limit its support for Israel. Nonetheless, Benjamin Netanyahu said that a victory over Hamas terrorists requires the Israeli troops to enter Rafah and eliminate the terrorist battalions taking shelter in the city. Though he maintained that a date had been selected, Netanyahu didn't specify the timing of the planned invasion. According to the Times of Israel, it is believed that around 4 Hamas battalions are stationed in Rafah, along with over 1 million civilians sheltering the southmost city of Gaza. Rafah is also thought to be where Hamas leaders are hidden and have hidden Israeli hostages, which the Hamas terrorists took along with them when they attacked Israel's soil. It is to be noted here that Israel's Rafah invasion might not be as soon as it is expected to be, especially after IDF on Sunday withdrew entirely from Khan Yunis, shrinking its troop presence in Gaza. During the peak of the war, IDF had about 30,000 troops in Gaza, but it went down to several thousands even prior to its latest withdrawal.